Almost there. It's a little slow. And okay, no, is that it? Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, we are live, guys. This is Indie Talk with Jesse and Jeryn for show 2 of the evening, featuring All Out Pro Wrestling star Rob E. Rebel. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We're continuing APW month. We wanted to see what Robbie Rebel's all about. So this will be your time just to talk about yourself as a wrestler and any stories you got, and we'll go from there. So, but
just kind of like start from the beginning type thing.
My first question is talk about how you got into watching wrestling. Way back.
Ooh. All right. So I was probably okay. Well, I first found out about wrestling when I was like 5, and I had gotten like a Super Nintendo, and I had like all these different wrestling games that came with it, and so I learned about like Mr. Perfect and The Undertaker and Yokozuna and 1-2-3 Kid and Diesel, and then a couple years down the road, my stepbrother was watching Nitro one day, and they're like, "Yo, go out into the living room, watch TV with Woody." That was his name. And so then I was like, all right. So I go out there and I'm just sitting down and I'm looking up at the TV, and I just see a dude laid out in the ring with paint on his face, a big Samoan guy standing over him, which was Haku or Ming. And then Miss Elizabeth was in a shark cage. And I'm like, what is this? But I was engulfed. Like it was like nonstop, 24/7. That's all I thought about.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got, I obviously started watching wrestling. I got really into it around like late 2001, I would say.
Okay.
Me and my brother really got into it. And so, like I knew I wanted to be a wrestler, but I believed I could be a wrestler after I watched Zach Gowen.
Oh yeah.
Like Zach Gowen was, 19 years old, one leg, and he pins the Big Show. Like, that kid can do that, and it's like, if he can do it, I can do it, and that's just, I was destined, like, from that day after that, I was like, I'm going to be a professional wrestler.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember that 2001 period, Zach Gowen coming in and the one-legged, or he was one-legged and facing Big Show.
Sir.
What was that?
It was 2003, sir.
Oh, 2003. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Facing Big Show, Brock Lesnar, and feud with Stephanie and Sable and all that. So
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going on during that time period. So yeah. There you go. And then how did you originally get into starting the training, and when did you start training?
I started training in 2017.
Okay.
I trained with Impact Pro Wrestling in Iowa.
Oh yeah.
Ran by Troy Peterson and Travis Shillington.
Okay.
And I remember like my first day going in and like seeing guys that I was watching on shows show up to train, and like me being like starstruck at first, because I'm like, holy crap, it's James Jeffries, or it's Nate Edwards, or it's Ryan Slade, or like whoever that was just showing up out of the blue. And like I started learning a lot about the business like really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And just not even just within the moves, because they try to teach you not just the wrestling aspect, but like the business aspect and like how to help out and locker room etiquette and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah. So like training took about a year because I was on payments.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of guys would just go and just pay one big chunk. Obviously, when you work for a living and you're, mid 20s, you don't have that option. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was on payments and it was about a year in. Um, and then I remember I made my last payment on my birthday, which was the
Oh.
Luthez Hall of Fame show. So it
Oh.
was like kind of like you know, you get a nice little birthday present for me because it was like I got to wrestle on the Hall of Fame show in front of 700 people. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
I had finished off my training payments. So,
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about Impact Pro Wrestling and what they're doing down in Iowa, and I think I might have driven through that area when I visited Iowa for a little trip, but yeah, it's definitely something I want to get down and try. And yeah, Impact Pro Wrestling, they've been having a lot of shows and seems like big stuff down there. So,
I mean, the show that they do in Waterloo every July
mhm.
is like the Midwest version of WrestleMania.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they go all out, like it's crazy. And
Yeah.
just to be a part of it, because you get the Hall of Fame ceremony the night before,
Oh,
and
wow.
then you get the wrestling show where there's three shows in one day
Hmm.
because they do
Yeah.
WWE evaluations too.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, yeah.
pretty neat.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know a little bit about there's a guy down there called ZK47 that I've kept in touch with a little bit watching his stuff. So
Yep, him and Tyler Jones had a match in Olwine uh, in June, and it was a damn good match. Tyler Jones is another dude I really admired while I was training because he actually helped me in the fundamentals of like how to be just kind of like with patience in a way because he's such a patient guy like and it takes a lot for him to just like break.
hmm.
So but he's like very patient and he's like good about like just showing you step by step on how to do a move or um giving you advice. I think he actually recommended my first match, my
Oh,
first booking. So
oh, okay. Yeah,
uh,
yeah. There you go. Yeah. Oh, we got looking in the Facebook comments here, we got Mr. APW owner himself, of course, Pete King, is looking forward to having you back after the March show. So yeah, we get to have being back at APW, and of course we've been hyping this up, but December 17th in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and what you want to talk about the match that you're going to be involved in?
I am going to be in the battle royal that will be taking place, and I hate to inform all the other competitors that are in the match, whether you are friend or foe, you're looking at the guy who's taking home the trophy. And I'm not just doing it for me. I'm
Mm,
not just doing it for friends or family. I'm doing it for Damon.
yeah,
He's I know that there's a lot of other people that, and it just almost in a joking way, I always thought like Pete should almost like nickname APW like Memorial Championship Wrestling because it seems like
yeah,
we're always
yeah.
paying homage to somebody, unfortunately. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's my first time back in the ring since June. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm looking to go in there and kick ass and take names. So
Hmm. There you go. Yeah, the Farron Peterson Memorial Battle Royal. I know I know Pete's told me some of the guys that are in there, but I kind of keep forgetting. But I know Tank Bryson's in there because I just saw the video that he did. So you gotta get
If me and Tank, if me and him lock horns, we're going to go to war, and it might, you never know if we might eliminate each other in the process. And if that ends up happening, then we might as well just keep the fight going. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And it just really anybody else that Pete was able to snag for this Royal, because I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of academy school of professional wrestling guys down there from the Ken Anderson school in Minneapolis. So
Absolutely.
you get a bunch of those guys. I believe Cho Lee just got announced for the Battle Royal, and he's a young up and comer from the academy. So got a lot of guys, a lot of academy guys, and whoever Pete put in there. So should be a big part. So yeah. And all in memory of Farron Peterson as well as Damon Knight. So yeah. What are some of your favorite memories, Damon Knight?
Oh, he was kind of one of those dudes that, like, you didn't need to know him for long for him to, like, you just grew to him. Like, he was just one of those guys. He was just super likable. He would always mess with me. Like, we would always get to the show around the same time, and so we'd see each other, we'd shake each other's hand, like, hey, how you doing? And then he would wait until I was by a group of people, and then he would walk over and he would shake everybody's hand in the group, and then he'd get to me, like, not you, and then he'd walk away. And then he'd wait, and I'd go over and I'd talk to another group of people, and he'd do the same thing. He'd come over and be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Not you. And then he'd walk away, and I'm like, you dick. Like,
yeah.
But he was an incredible talent. And just, I'm gonna miss his vibe. Like, he was just such a good dude to be around. And we're all gonna miss him.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I wish I got to meet him or see some of his work in person, but I fortunately never got to. But I've been learning from others about what he did. Like I learned from Michael Pam and the Summit and Pete King. I know there's a few others in there, but yeah, it definitely seemed like he was a great guy. And I remember that I think this is when I was first getting into hearing about APW and how the Summit faced Night Court, and how Night Court was just these judges that face the Summit. I was like, it's a good gimmick. So yeah. Shout out to Damon Knight, and I believe there's some commencement or something after for him in his memory as well. So
yeah, also because I know that I think I have some friends that will be at the show that are going to have a donation bucket for Damon Knight's family to go towards his GoFundMe page. So anybody that is watching that is at the show, please, that's all I ask, is that you guys at least throw in a couple bucks or something into the donation bucket. Because I know this is just obviously unexpected on his family's behalf. So however we can help,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know Bullet Bronson and the Summit are having their proceeds of their pro wrestling t-shirts going to the family and helping out with that too. So definitely big of them, and anything that anybody can pitch in. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Looks like Pete King says we are gonna do a 10 bell toll with his boots in the middle of the ring. So that's definitely gonna be really cool. So yeah.
I might want to bring the tissues out. That's probably gonna be a tearjerker. Jeez.
Yeah, that's definitely really special, Pete King, and I guess we'll be honoring two guys there. So yeah.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be too much of a sad show, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I guess we'll
Uh,
see. Yeah.
it'll be a good one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll be down there or up around there that day too, and yeah, can't wait. It'll be my first time going to APW, and can't wait to see what it's all about. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Speaking of another wrestling company, we got Wrestling Gone Wild owner Tom Burdick says, "Will you ever get back to WGW Gone Wild?"
Tom
Hmm.
Burdick, if you make the call, I will gladly show back up
Mhm.
to WGW.
Yeah.
I've actually been concerned because I've seen you've been posting some shows lately, and I'm like,
Mm.
seeing if he's gonna talk to me at all. But you know where to find me, Tom. But yeah,
Mhm.
Tom Burdick's a good dude too. Um, he's I've had a couple of really good matches up there in his promotion. Um, I don't know. I remember I had a match against this one guy, Kevin Phoenix. Um, and that's actually still to this day, that's like one of my favorite matches because it was just like I'd never wrestled him before. We had met like that day, so it was really cool. Just like we clicked so well, you know. And yeah, Tom seems to know like the right guys to put me against. It seems.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know when we had him on and when I first called him, he's like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. We've had the hottest up and coming stars and had he's been definitely running shows for a while, so definitely knows what he's doing." So yeah, yeah. Yeah, make that call, Tom. You got to get Robbie Rebel back on the show. And I know I saw you got something for February planned, so definitely get Robbie on there. I know you want him, so
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah, yeah. And I guess looks like my light just turned off, so I'm gonna quick turn that back on. Yes, I got one of those sensor lights, so been staying still too long. Okay, there we
There you
go.
go.
Yeah. What else we got? I guess Jesse wanted to pop in the comments for a second, but he says Rob slap Pete King. Yeah, man. Everyone wants to beat up on Pete King, which I mean he's the ultimate heel right now. It's like the Vince McMahon right now. So yeah. Uh, yeah, when was the first time you met Pete King?
Was the first time I worked for him. Um, I'm fairly good friends with Zach Neo, and I had asked him if because I was just looking for work, looking to get booked anywhere I could, and I was like, "Yo, do you know anybody?" And he said Pete King, and I'm like, "All right." So I looked him up, and Pete was like, "Yeah, I got a spot if you want it," and so I'm like, "All right, cool." So I get there, and I'm like the first one there, literally.
Oh,
And I'm like, I get into the building. I'm like, yeah, there's supposed to be wrestling here tonight. And they're like, yeah. So I had to wait. And then Pete finally shows up with Hernandez. So I'm like, whoa.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
then he goes in. Hernandez just starts playing basketball. And then the ring finally shows up. And like me and like two other dudes were the ones setting it up. And I'm just like, all right. And then I look around and like everybody else is showing up, but like nobody's like doing anything. I'm just like, oh, cool.
Hmm.
But he was
Like a great
like, yeah, it was just like, all right, I guess we got this.
show.
But yeah, no, Pete was cool. I've met other promoters where it's like, okay, like
No.
I'll just I'll mind my own. Don't need to get hostile.
Mhm.
But no, Pete's pretty laid back, and I think he's fairly good in a way with letting guys kind of just be themselves. Like as
Mhm.
long as you do like the minimal that he asks, he's pretty lenient on like, hey, just as long as this happens, I'm cool with what you do. So it's
Mm.
like, all right, that's that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, but
yeah,
yeah, I like working for Pete. He's a good guy.
yeah, yeah. We've had Pete on the show a number of times, and then also a couple appearances by him, and of course he's got to talk about his big investment, Matthias, and how he's gonna apparently make him a lot of money. So
Mm.
all me and Jesse know all about Pete King and what he's doing. So, but yeah, he's definitely outside the ring. I think he's definitely a great dude. So, yeah. What else we got? Let me go back to this list again. Yeah, so a big 1, 2, 3, 4, big 5-letter word that we never like, COVID. What did you do during the COVID years of wrestling or life?
Oh my lord. So wrestling was not part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately. Um so literally the day before COVID was announced,
Hmm.
I think no, it was like March 6th, 2020.
Yeah.
I wrestled a 13-hour Ironman match. Broke a world record.
13 hours.
13 hours with Rugged Pro Wrestling.
Wow.
It was me, Tyler Jones, Casey Bernard, Thunder Lizard, Nathan Edwards made a guest appearance. Fouts was in there somewhere.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy.
It sounds.
And well, I cracked a rib during hour 2 of the match. And
Oh,
so I wrestled
mm.
11 hours
Jesus.
with a cracked freaking rib.
Wow.
And I'm telling you,
Oh man.
I don't know what could be worse, but I mean that was probably a scale of like I don't even know. I couldn't breathe. It was bad. And
Yeah.
so yeah, COVID kind of kicked my butt. I never got it during the COVID season,
Oh, so,
but um mentally I struggled hard.
hmm.
Uh just financially it was hard. Like everything was shutting down, businesses were going out, like it
Hmm.
was like barely any work. Like, it was bad.
Hmm.
Um and so like I think just that time I was just trying to like not lose it. you
Yeah.
know, just trying to keep a steady head. And my daughter was just born, so like trying to be the most careful but like best dad I could possibly be, and like be there all the time. And like
Hmm.
um I don't think I had wrestled a match until I think it was like later on. I had wrestled with LWE um out of Council Bluffs. And yeah, I think that was in like the next year, I think. I'm not sure. I think it was
Okay.
in November. Yeah, it was like November 2020. I wrestled a match, and then I didn't wrestle again for a while.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to make that next step to try and just do it, because it's like I've put a lot of people ahead of me for the longest time, and like obviously that kind of it does put a damper on things. So it's like this go around, I'm going for it, and I want to try by the end of 2023 win my first championship if I can. That's my goal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely a big goal is to win gold anywhere and everywhere. So yeah,
Mhm.
I know. Where was I going? Yeah, I know. Yeah, always. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, when I've been, I know it's always cool when I see companies bringing out their belts for the first time, and then wrestlers actually have a purpose of wanting to get to that next level. And I don't know, maybe you need a chance at Matthias or even Bullet Bronson when he come if he wins on this Saturday. So he might have to go for some APW gold. Yeah.
Well, I'm up for the challenge, so anybody that wants to take on Robbie Rebel,
Mhm.
I have no problem trying to put them in their place.
Yeah, there you go. There's a big company that I'm from pretty much near the cities, near Minneapolis. There's a big company down there called Midwest All Star Wrestling that brings in a lot of talent. Have you heard of them or seen any of their stuff that they've done before?
I've heard of this. There's just like so many promotions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that there's, and I've honestly probably messaged them at some point. Um, but like I said, any promotion really, anywhere,
Hmm.
whether you're in Indianapolis or you're in Chicago or you're in Des Moines, anywhere,
Hmm.
I'm willing to travel. So, but somebody's probably here. I don't know.
Oh,
But yeah, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of promotions and just everywhere now. So
Mm-hmm.
if anybody wants to book Robbie Rebel, you better do it now. So yeah. Hot commodity Robbie Rebel. So yeah.
Hopefully. Toby.
Toby.
And it's my dog.
Okay.
We
Um,
apologize.
yeah.
Hi, hey, I'm on the thing. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Hi. Cool. All right, what's up?
That was a good wrestling story that you have that you can think of.
Um, my first wrestling story would probably be the best wrestling story.
Okay.
So I was like 6 months in the training, and I Fouts kind of took me under his wing.
Oh, fine.
And he Austin Fouts. But yeah, he had kind of taken me under his wing, and he was like, "Yo, there's this Rikishi seminar in Indianapolis. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Sure." What's the worst that can happen? He's like, "Anybody that does the seminar gets into the battle royal that night." So I'm like, "Awesome."
Yeah.
So I worked a 12-hour shift that day,
Oh man.
and we drove 3 hours to Marshalltown after I got off work at 5. And Fouts was like, "Well, since you're the last one here, you're driving the first leg." I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like,
Uh,
"Sorry." He's like, "You're the last one here." So I'm like, "All right, whatever." So he has this old, rusted out, almost broken down, like, van. It's like this weird, like, it's got like recliners in it and like old TVs and like curtains. Like,
yeah.
and so
Oh,
he was like, it didn't even have a gas pedal. It was just the stick. Like, it was literally just the rod. Like, that's what I had to use, press my foot up against the drive, because there was no actual pedal. It was just the rod.
oh,
And
man.
so we end up driving, and we're not even like 30 miles away. We're like close to Des Moines, and his radiator busts. And we're like, what the hell? So we pull over, we get to this like gas station, and he was like, "Run inside and buy me some water." So I go inside and I buy him 2 gallons of distilled water. And he starts pouring it into this radiator. and he runs it across the street to O'Reilly's, and they're like, well, if we try to fix it, it's gonna at least take all weekend. And so then he's like, crap. So he was like, well, we're still going to this show. We're gonna just drive separate. And so then we drive it all the way back. We had to pull over like however many times just to cool the van off. And then Fouts' sister came and picked us up and took us back to their house so we can get in our cars and then drive our own separate cars to Indianapolis. And then Fouts took off in one of the cars that had all of our luggage in it. So me and a dude rode together, and we didn't have any of our luggage. Like they had all of our like deodorant, toothbrushes, and like all that stuff. So we had to like stop off at a gas station like mid-morning and like buy a toothbrush and some toothpaste and just brush our teeth as we're pumping gas. We're like running on like 3 hours of sleep. We get to the seminar and the ring's not even there yet. So we're like, great. So there's just a bunch of dudes just standing outside, like waiting. And then finally this trailer shows up, and like the building that we were in, it had a super high ceiling, which was great. But it was the most rundown piece of crap building I had ever stepped foot in. Like the walls were like paper thin. Like it was not in good shape. And so we end up taking the bars one by one, handing them through the stairways just so then we can get through the door to set the ring up.
Oh man.
Finally, and this, like I said, this is all within a day. Like this is all happening. So we finally end up getting, ring set up. We're taking bumps, doing whatever. Rikishi shows up. We're all just like, ooh, like, Rikishi. He shows up, and so we're thinking he's gonna like fucking bust our ass. Like, he's gonna make us work. And he has everybody line up, and he has everybody do roll drills, and then he has everybody take a bump, and then there was a 6-man tag, but I couldn't be in it because I wasn't experienced enough, which is fine. And then he gave us some advice, and I'm like, huh. Like it was an awesome experience, but I was like, with what I had gotten was good, but it was like, oh, man, I kind of wish I would have like learned a little more, like learned like, how to like better my character a little bit, But I think over time I've learned how to be a character and how to be something that I think the fans would appreciate and the fans can get behind.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest day/weekend of my life, was that first wrestling trip where I honestly thought we were going to break down on the side of the road. And we, like, dang, what luck. I was like, if I don't make it in wrestling with a story like this, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, it's always cool to hear the stories, and I mean, a lot happens in wrestling. It's never, I guess, never fun for break down like that, but I mean, I guess that's what makes you. I mean, it definitely makes for a good story for sure. So, yeah. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food? I like chicken.
Okay.
But I'm also a sucker for pizza, because if you're like really into lifting, like if you lift a lot, like pizza is a good thing to eat because it's got a lot of carbs, and bodybuilders need carbs in order, to get what they need. But chicken's also really good too because it's also packed with protein, so it's and there's really no fat in it. So, but yeah, just in general, I think chicken typically, or pizza.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Sorry for that really weird.
No, you're good. Yeah. Chicken pizza. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot what year did you start training again?
2017.
27. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know a few people that trained during that 2017 period, and that's when I got first started watching independent wrestling. So it was a pretty good year for wrestling. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. What, let's see. Oh, P King says he's going to give you a title opportunity in 2023. So that'll be pretty cool. Come on, Pete. Yeah.
Let's go, Pete.
Yeah. uh, talk about your finishing slash signature moves that you use.
Woo. Well, I use this one that's never really been used before. It's called the stunner. Um, as you know, it's just a simple move. It's just a boom, boom. You know, if you
Mhm.
kick someone hard enough in the stomach, they're gonna keel over, and if you
Yeah.
give them enough force, they're gonna snap their neck.
Mhm.
Um, that, or I like to put people to sleep sometimes. Um, I like to go up behind them, and I like to put them on a move that's called the kata hajime. It's called, so you sleep your arm behind, and you tuck it behind their head, and then you choke them, and then
Oh.
you just watch them pass out.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, those are my top moves I like to use. They're pretty simple. I can sneak them on anybody just about any time. So, um,
Yeah.
but I've had other moves that I've tried to use, like a sit out DDT. It was like a weird face plant move. I don't know. It didn't work out. Um, but it seemed that I can at least hit the stunner. I just choose the worst times or the worst places to try and hit the stunner. So a lot of times it costs me in the end, but I'm
Mhm.
hoping that I can, I learn from my mistakes each time I work. So
Mhm.
each time, and if you notice my matches, each time I get closer to winning.
Okay.
And I know Pete King's watching this, sir. Robbie Rebel should be originally the reigning, defending, all out Pro Wrestling United States champion. You know it. I know it. I had Zach Neal beat. I had him picked up until that Scrooge decided to jump in from behind, attack me, and decide to ruin my chance. He shouldn't. That disqualification shouldn't have even counted, Pete. But what's in the past is in the past. And it doesn't
Mhm.
matter who you put up against me, Pete. My time has come.
Mhm. Oh yeah. You heard it here, Pete. If you got any comments about that. So yeah. What else I got here? What is a favorite match that you've had so far?
Like against other people or
Yeah,
just in general?
or yeah, favorite in general. Yeah, you can go with that. Mhm.
Okay. I think my favorite match in general is probably Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko
Okay.
from ECW 1995. It
Oh.
went like 30 minutes and it was a draw and it was just like pure wrestling. And I seen that and that's what I knew. I was like, I want to be a wrestler. Like when I say I'm a wrestler, like I want to be a wrestler. Like I want to take a dude down and just tie his ass, just stretch him, And I
Mhm.
know that, but yeah. So that's probably that. And then like one of my favorite people to work is, I really like working Steve. I know you guys just had Steve Stardom.
Yeah.
Uh, he's another dude I really really want to get back in the ring with because I
Mhm.
think we have some unfinished business.
Mhm.
And he keeps sending me like these random, like one time he sent me like a 7-minute promo.
Yeah, he sends me those too. I'm like,
And I remember one time, and this is in honor of Damon, he came up to me one day when he was talking to me, because I think he was working an angle with Steve, or he was supposed to be. And he was like, yeah, he sent me like this 7-minute promo. And I'm like, 7 minutes? And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's way too long for a promo. He was like, 2 minutes tops. He's like, even a minute and a half. He's like, 7 minutes. He's like, geez, it's like watching a movie. And
yeah,
so Steve sends me this thing, and I told him, because it was like a promo of him like making an open challenge, being like, oh, I'm challenging anybody for my world heavyweight title. And I was like, I'll take you on. Let's do it right now. Let's go.
right
And
now.
he was just like, oh, and he's like, then he's like I said, he sent me the promo. I was like, did you seriously just cut a 7-minute promo? Because I thought of Damon the second he did it. I'm just like, he seriously sent me a 7-minute long promo. Like, that's insane. Like, nobody
Yeah,
can even understand what you're saying. Like, what are you doing for 7 minutes?
yeah. I get those too. I'm like, oh, I got a message from Steve. Oh, it's I watched like I think I've watched one full one, but I'm like, oh man, it's 7 minutes. Yeah. Gotta keep it short, keep it somewhat sweet, but also get in your stuff. But you just want like a whole dialogue. So
Like, who do you think you are,
yeah.
Ric Flair? Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we gotta have that's why he's gotta be on more podcasts, because then you can just talk forever and ever. So yeah. We didn't even get through like half his career on the when we had him. We just talked about the beginning and APW, and then they're like, well, we're already at 50 minutes, man. So we
gotta wrap it up.
yeah. For the 5 specials, Steve Stardom. So yeah. Oh man.
Tonight on 60 Minutes.
Did I yeah, there you go. Oh man. Good old Steve. That was the first time I really like talked to him online, so or really even talked to him outside messaging him. So it was quite the experience. So yeah. Oh man, shout out to Steve there. Uh Guys, if you got any comments, we got APW star Robbie Rebel right here. If you want to ask anything on Facebook or Instagram, we'll get some questions answered. I know there's only a few comments right now, but if any of you got anything, we got Robbie Rebels. So yeah. What else? So I got here. Oh yeah. Here's just a simple one, but what is your favorite color?
My favorite color. Um, if you haven't noticed, I like black.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Black, red, green, purple. Those are my usual go-tos typically.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So
There you go.
my gear's black and red. So,
Yeah,
and
I think that's
I'm trying to switch it up though. I'm trying to get just more something, you know, I don't know, something
mhm.
simple, nothing too crazy. 'Cause I'm just like, I'm not trying to like, I shouldn't have to have a crazy, flashy outfit to get someone's attention. Like, let me just punch you in the face once and
Yeah,
I'll catch your attention. You know what I mean? So,
right.
but yeah, those are my just simple colors there. What about you?
Um I usually go with like a green or blue. Some it's kind of back and forth between that, but
There you
any
go.
like greens like I think kind of specifically like AJ Styles came out with a nice green gear. I'm like I like green, so yeah. Green and blue is always a good go-to. So yeah.
There you go.
Wearing a red tonight, but red's also kind of good, I guess. So yeah. Oh, I just have like my parents just kind of gave me a bunch of clothes. A lot of there's really not any black shirts, so I just kind of wear like whatever, like various different colors at this point. So Yeah, lots of colors. We got on Instagram here. We got Tennessee pro wrestling star Jackson Black says, "How's it going, buddy?" So shout out to Jackson there.
What's
Yeah,
up, Jackson?
yeah, yeah. He also runs a podcast. His main territory is down in Knoxville, Tennessee. So he's way out, but which I mean, I'm glad he was able to find me down in the little Minnesota. So yeah,
Yeah, I got a buddy that lives out there, and he runs a couple. I think he runs a promotion too. Steven Johnson.
Steven, okay,
Um, yeah, I think he runs like two promotions, honestly,
oh,
because
cool.
he's got like a death match wrestling promotion, and then he's got like his actual like
Oh,
another wrestling promotion. So like, but he focuses a lot on the death match stuff,
okay,
which scares the crap out of me because it's just
yeah,
like this is insane. Like the stuff that they do, it's like holy crap. Like I
hmm,
get annoyed enough now with how wrestling is because it's like there's this I call it like almost like spot fest wrestling where it's just like
yeah,
it's not really wrestling. It's just like a million dives, a bunch of super kicks, and like holy geez, you know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just like there's a very select few guys I think now that I've seen, and unfortunately Damon Knight, he was one of those just brawlers. Like he was just
Hmm,
if he got a hold of you, you were in trouble.
hmm, yeah,
And I don't know.
yeah, hmm, yeah. What's Jackson saying? Guys, Jackson Black says, I feel that not for the light tubes, and this guy's preaching the truth. Hmm. Yeah, sounds like you got a fan there, Robbie. So.
Sweet.
There you go. Yeah. Uh oh, looks like if you want him on, but P King's wanting to join in on this if you're willing to deal with P King for a little bit.
I'd be more than willing to deal with Pete King.
All right, let's get Mr. P King on here. He's probably had some of the most appearances on our show already. So yeah, he's always but we're yeah, pretty much APW month. So this will be the last show before the big show. So I'm sure he wants to get some final words in and I'll hype up Robbie Rebel in the Battle Royal. So yeah. All right, looks like he's joining the link. Let's give it a second there, but yeah.
He
Looks like
usually
he's
takes his time, anyways.
yeah. Oh, he's already in the waiting room. Okay. All right, guys, we are bringing on the one and only Pete King. Let's see what he's got to say. Hopefully he doesn't just talk about his investment, Matthias. Yeah, he was too scared to join during the Steve Stardom show. All right, you there, Pete?
I'm here. You hear me?
And there he is.
Yeah. What does Pete King got to say tonight?
What do I got to say? Oh,
Wow.
just gearing up for Saturday. Knock on wood that weather holds out.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Been getting a lot of snow up here in Moorhead, Minnesota. So hopefully
Keep it up there.
yeah, I'll keep it up here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping Chippewa Falls isn't a big snowstorm, but we'll see. Or
Well,
even the
from
city.
the what I've been seeing of the forecast, I mean they're calling for just a slight chance of flurries like in the morning, but
Mm.
hopefully it'll clear up and we should be good. So we'll see. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
Robbie Rebel was talking a little bit about you. What's your favorite part about Robbie Rebel? He's watching.
I know.
Come on,
Oh,
Pete. Come on, Pete.
um his tenacity, his enthusiasm for the business, his desire for the business to really get himself out there and bend over backwards for, you know, for the promotions that he works for, you know, because he's willing to do just about anything to make it out there. So you know, when he brought up the whole thing of you know, meeting us for the first time, and I come walking in with Hernandez, I mean that was probably like, whoa, you know,
Yeah,
for
it
him.
did.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we were actually coming from Chippewa, having beers at the Liney's Lodge there in Chippewa Falls. So we weren't drunk. We had a few, but um, when we came in, you know, we saw, or I saw Robbie already working, you know, getting the ring, you know, going and whatnot. So he's there to work, and that's what we're looking for, is talent that want to work. So was appreciated.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, there we go. Robbie's gonna cry now.
No, what the hell? Don't be.
He'll,
Yeah.
he'll cry Saturday.
He'll cry.
No, we will cry on Saturday.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, we got a bunch of memorials happening now. So
I know
yeah.
what is with our promotions. I mean, great.
Yeah.
Our events. Let's see, we had, what was it, Austin Fury?
Austin Fury,
Yeah.
the first
See,
one.
Austin Fury was there your first time
Yep.
when we had Hernandez.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, maybe a week or two after our event, we lost him.
Oh.
So then our first Blizzard bash, we honored him for that. So,
Mhm.
but on a positive note, on that first Blizzard bash, we also honored Jerry Adams for all of his accomplishments. So we, you know, did that for him.
Yeah.
You got a plaque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got him a nice little plaque to commemorate his accomplishments. But and then earlier this year, back in March, back in June, we honored Lily Peters. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stuff.
and of course, you know, with this event coming up, you know, obviously we're honoring Damon, doing a 10 bell toll, and we're working with his widow, with getting his boots up here. And I know they have a service the following day, so we're trying to work with some of the guys to make sure that they get back down there because they're gonna need his boots as well. So we're gonna try to work things out down there with those guys. I think Kaz might be bringing them up. So, but and then of course Farron Peterson, who's big wrestling fan in our area, and we lost him too soon as well back in August. So
yeah, definitely sad.
hopefully
Yeah,
that's it for a while.
hopefully, yeah. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and this one isn't a death, but I mean, stuff with Jason Strife going on too. That's another big thing. So
Yeah, I saw that, and it's like, you know, I've reached out to him, I don't know how many times, trying to get him up here, and just circumstances just didn't dictate us to have him come up, and I wish we could have had him up here and whatnot. But all due respect to Jason and what he's done for the business as well. So
yeah, definitely. Oh, but yeah, definitely the battle royal is a big thing. Robbie Rebel will be a part of that, and I know Tank Bryson's a part of that. We were talking a little bit about Tank Bryson and Robbie's feud going on, so or whatever could happen with that. So yeah,
Well, you better take a number there, Rob, because I think Steve Stardom's got
or
his
Steve
number as
Stardust,
well. So
Oh well, guess what? I got beef with Steve too. So you know what?
maybe
Might
you
as well
three.
throw us in a triple threat.
yeah.
Might as well make it a triple threat. Why not? Well, what could happen? You're only going to win. You get three pissed off guys in the same ring at the same time, no disqualifications. Let us beat the shit out of each other. Pardon my
Mhm.
language. But
Oh, that's nothing. I mean, they had Ghetto Gear Solid on the show, so I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's smoking cigars and everything. So
I'm just
yeah,
not
saying.
really, but you know, and you know, when you were bringing up about Steve Stardom, that kind of had my brain kind of turning. So maybe next year, maybe in March, have a triple threat between you three.
oh, there you go. That'd be a big thing. Yeah.
And winner would face the winner of the U.S. title.
Ooh. There you
I
go.
like the sounds of that.
Could
Robbie
be
likes
Zach
We'll keep in
Neal.
touch, Pete.
that.
Could be Zach Neal. He might retain the title. Could be Kenny Defiance, or could be Leonard Literacy.
Ooh,
One of those
Yep.
three.
ooh.
So take your poison right there.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Uh,
take them all.
take
I don't
a
care.
there you go. Yeah.
Feed me one, feed me two. I don't care. Robbie Rebel's time has come.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Pete, who are some of the guys that are gonna be in that battle royal that Robbie's gonna face?
I can name a few. The Freak Show, he's one of them
Mhm.
there. Obviously, Robbie Gravel. Um, I think we'll have the boys from the summit. They'll be in there. Um, let's see. Zach Dino might throw him in there. Pretty much just about anybody that's got a match is going to be in there. Plus, we got some of the academy guys, like I said. Um,
Okay.
we got a couple guys coming up from Chicago that are just trying to make them name from themselves and whatnot. So they'll be coming up here. So I think I got a EJ Swanson. He was up here at the last show. He's going to come in and go in the battle royal. So
Mhm.
gonna be a full ring.
Mhm. Okay. There you go.
So got
You got
your work cut up there for you, Rob.
Well, you're going to be looking at the one standing in the ring at the end.
Almost forgot. The
oh.
bastard son of Odin, Devlin Kane, will be in there.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
damn it.
no.
I'm going to need a forklift.
Oh man, definitely Kane. That's gonna be a big
Or
show.
I'll just fish him out, lure him out with some beer or something. I'll just be like, hey, here you go. Go drink that.
Uh, I just might even see if
Oh.
Matthias might want to go and tackle
Uh,
that in there.
All
Hey,
right.
mhm.
yeah,
We'll
I mean,
overcome a lot worse, Pete.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna tear
I'm
each
sure
other.
13 hours, bud. 13 hours. I did that. Nobody else.
Oh man. Yeah, you sure you want to put all those guys in there, Pete?
You think they can break me?
Mhm.
Oh, somebody will.
Somebody. Oh yeah.
Might be Steve Stardom. Might be Tank Bryson. Who knows?
Who
Maybe
knows?
my investment if he decides that he wants to partake in this.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. There you go. But yeah, Pete, it was good having you on again this to reiterate all out pro wrestling and yeah, it was yeah, of course, helping out Robbie Rebel and discussing what his or discussing the battle royal and yeah, today's Wednesday, it's a couple days away from all
Yeah,
out wrestling,
said
so
7 matches. 7 matches. Got the Battle Royal, got the tag team title match, got the women's title match, US triple threat title match, obviously. Mask versus title, no holds barred title match. It's obviously my investment and Philip Bronson. Steve Stardom versus Tejas. And then the 2.5-on-1 handicap match with Onyx Andretti and Tommy Trainwreck versus the commissioner, Greg Hurt. That's if he can make it, if he shows up. We'll see if
Who are you hiring, Pete? Who are you hiring?
I'm finding all these people, all the nooks and crannies of these around Wisconsin, Minnesota. It don't matter. I'll find them. I'll buy them. I'll bring them in.
You sound like you need Indeed.
You need it.
Just saying. I mean,
all that money coming in, man. Big money, Pete King. So.
Matthias is bringing me the money. He's the champion.
Oh, he's giving all the money to Matthias. Okay, there you go. Oh man, there you go.
So yeah, like I said, 7 big matches, and then also, we're gonna pay homage to Damon Knight at the beginning of the show, before we start anything, and then I do want to bring up too that we have our local semi-pro football team, the Eau Claire Cowboys. They're going to be providing concession food like hot dogs and chips and soda and that for all our fans and whatnot. Plus, they'll be promoting their upcoming season for 2023. So big exciting news for those guys. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they got new owners they added new owners and they got a new head coach for that team, and there's a lot of buzz for that team. So we're helping them out. They're helping us out. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, B, we'll let you go for the night. We're gonna wrap up with Robbie Rebel right here. But yeah, thanks for joining in again and hyping up APW, and this will be the last road before APW. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, I figured I might as well get my 2 cents in and before the show. So
yeah. All right. Thanks again, Pete, and we'll see you then.
Yep. Have a good one there, guys.
Bye, boss.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, there we go. All right, that was Pete King, of course, guys. You don't know him. So but yeah, I think I just got one more thing left to you. Just talk about what's gonna happen during this big battle royal.
Man, I'm just gonna go on swinging. Every time before, I've always gone in and I've always tried to pick my spots, but this time I'm going in and I'm just gonna fight as if it's my last fight. And to anybody, I don't care how big you are, how small you are, how tough you think you are. When I get a hold of you, you're going over. And I will be holding that trophy and Damon's boots above my head.
Okay.
And do you want to know why?
Why?
Because in my world, only the strongest survive.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. Well, I think those were definitely some good words and a good closing point there. Thank you again, Robbie Rebel, for being on the show for Robbie Rebel 1 for first appearance on the Indie Talk and promoting APW, getting to know who you are, and promoters get a hold of Robbie Rebel. I know he wants to work, and I think Tom Burdick's gonna talk to you again. So
alrighty,
WGW, and there you go.
All right.
Yeah. But thanks for joining. Fans, thanks for joining too. And we're gonna sign out now. So We'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.